Hi everyone. Uh, let's start our webinar. And also I want to thank you again for being with us. Brief about what we have done last 2 days. We have explained the endpoint management features in Arabic, and today we're gonna discuss it in English, inshallah. First of all, let me introduce myself as the speakers of this webinar. My name is Abdurrahman Al-Matari. I'm from IT Pillars as a pre-sales team. I have been working with the ManageEngine product more than 9 years plus. I have worked as a ITSM consultations in multiple area. And also, I was working as an implementer in SDP Plus and Endpoint Management and other product of ManageEngine itself. I do have certified from ITIL as well as ManageEngine products, and I do have certified from Microsoft Azure. This is a quick brief about myself. Let's go and start our webinar. The agenda of this webinar to give you some introduction about IT pillars and about our services which we provided to the end of users or to the customer itself. We're also going to discuss the Endpoint Central and why, how the Endpoint Central it's working, and also why we're choosing the Endpoint Central, and we're gonna also go through the components of the Endpoint Central, and also we'll discuss the benefits of the integrations between the Endpoint Central and Service Desk Plus. I just want to make sure, is it my voice is clear and screen it's be able to see it from your area? Can you just pick me or? Good, sounds good. Sounds good. In the last slides, if we do have any time, we're gonna be answers your questions, or we're gonna answer through email, inshallah. Okay, who's IT Pillars, or what's IT Pillars itself? IT Pillars, it's a Saudi company which is has been built up in 2010. We are almost 14 years in the market. We are providing an ITSM tools and implement it to the client and propose him the best products which can help and fit his requirement, as well as we do some consultation on ITIL and as well as the ISO 20,000 and 27,000. And also we are providing some products of Zoho. We are partner of Zoho itself and ManageEngine. We're gold partner of Zoho and ManageEngine. We do sales the product of those type of brand, as well as we do have automate, which help the customer to do the integrations between two part or two application itself. No need for coding, no need for any typing any scripts, just only build up your workflow and design the process itself. We have already done it with WhatsApp to do some integration Service Desk Plus and WhatsApp to open tickets through WhatsApp itself. This is our products or our services which we provided to the market itself. In these slides, we're gonna discuss about the Endpoint Central and what's the benefit of the Endpoint Central. the main objective of the product itself is to manage all your workstations, either a laptop or a PC, as well as we manage the servers and the mobile and tablet itself. Um, we do handle and control all that patching and secure cybersecurity points. We do have so many components in the endpoint central. We do have patch management. We do have also software deployment and IT asset management and the configuration and OS deployment. This is few of the main objective or main components of the endpoint central. We're gonna discuss each one, inshallah, in the next slides itself. In these slides, it's mainly for the company who's still not using the Service Desk Plus or who's using the Service Plus, the existing customers. Why we choosing Endpoint Central? Why we choosing ManageEngine itself? Let's say ask ourselves, why do I need to go with ManageEngine or Endpoint Central? Since there are a lot of products in the market with the same features, with the same process of endpoint central. I have made some points which can be helps to answer these questions to anyone who's asking himself, why do I need to go with the endpoint central from ManageEngine itself? The first things or the simple answer of these questions, ManageEngine or Endpoint Central, it's unified endpoint management, which can be able to manage all your endpoint. No need to have multiple tools to manage or secure your assets itself. And second things, we in ManageEngine Endpoint Central, the portal itself, it's cover all that features and also endpoint security. Means I can be able to secure all my assets from the portal itself. No need for that, or no need to any using any third-party applications. Same also we do have something called automated batch management, which can helps me to let the system or let the portal to automate deploy the batch automated without any interact from the human being. Just make your a policy to do that after testing the batch in your test environment. Yes, that's 100%. Also, it's friendly interface. Means we do have in the market lot of products, uh, and it's good. I'm not going to saying it's not good, but it's hard to use. It means we need someone who's having a good experience in IT, and also not just only IT. We need someone who's good in coding and programming itself. But in the endpoint central, no need for that. We need someone who's having a basic knowledge of IT and who knows what exactly he wants to do in the endpoint central, which gonna be help. And from our side, we're gonna help him and give him a knowledge transfer how to use the product itself. And also, we do have the charisma to customize the report as well as the management needed, or as well as the administrator needed to generate any reports. We do have a default or predefined reports in the application itself, but we do have that you can be able to build up your own report. And also it's easy to do the integrations with any products of ManageEngine, and also if there is any other tools which can fetch the batch from or the missing batch from the other tools itself. Uh, the deploying options, this is which I have feel it really. It's very simple and easy for getting the resource to install the product itself. Comparing with other brands which they're in the market, From Manage Engine, no need to have a lot of resource or server resource to deploy the endpoint central. We need minimum resource, which is contains 8 RAM, 500 hard disk, and Windows Server itself. So when able to deploy the application within seconds, within 10 minutes, it's gonna be up and running, and you can able to use all the features of the product itself. So comparing with this all the benefits of the endpoint central, it's less price than other products which are there in the markets. If you're comparing Manage Engine in the pricing, Manage Engine is very less and low price of the other product itself. And also we do means monthly or twice in the month updating our batching. If there's any misbatch, or is there any bugs in the system, or if there's any new features has been announced in the markets, we are keep continue updating our products monthly itself. So no need to worry about the variability for the products. And if you find any kind of bugs in the system, we do solve it as soon as possible. This is a few of the points which we are bring it up why we need to go with endpoint central, and those might be help you to answer your questions. Why do I select the Manage Engine itself? Let's go to the next slides. Next slides, it's discussing how the endpoint central working, how it's receiving, getting the updating batch, how it's communicated with the cloud, how it's reading the inventory of my endpoint central. Okay, and this slides I'm gonna explain as per as a one network, which is gonna be communicated with my local endpoint and the public endpoint itself. That computer is roaming around the world itself, as well as has been changed some idea of working from home. So the technical team, it's having a little bit hard to support those who's working from outside of my company. So this is the diagram which we're going to be explaining today. We do have few diagrams which is going to be for LAN network and closing network, which will not be discussed today. But if you need any kind of documentation or explain, we can have a private demo and explain these options. Okay, and these options, we need one server which is going to be installing the endpoint central on the server. And if you would like to install the DR or field offer servers, we need two kind of server, one for secondary and for primary server, and the other one for secondary server, which is going to be as a standby. When the primary server is down, the secondary server is going to be up. So both of them, they're going to be connected or integrated with our SQL database to be running in the system. And we integrated with Active Directory, and we deploy our agents through that portal itself, or we do have multiple channels to deploy the agents, either through the portal or group policy or manual, or through SCCM itself. After deploying the agents to our endpoint center, which is they are still in my network, the agent's gonna be discover all the assets inventory and put it in the portal itself, in the console. And from the console or the portal itself, the endpoint central is gonna be communicated with our vendor or with the vendor itself in the websites, and update I'll let you know the latest versions of each product, either from the Windows itself, Microsoft Windows, or third-party applications. It's gonna give you the latest batch which is available from the vendor. And Manage Engine, after receiving the latest batch from the vendor, they're having some testing environment in their area. They test those latest batch, And after testing those batch, it's within, I guess, one maximum 2 days or less than that, it's deployed and put it in the public of the Endpoint Central portal, and you can be able to use the latest one. So after receiving the latest one of batching, and Endpoint Center give you the list of missing batch in your environment, you can be able to do some testing in your area, and after that, you deploy it in the public. This is for the assets which they are in the same network. Assume that few of the endpoint, there are multiple locations. Like example, we do have multiple locations in Jeddah, in Dammam, in other regions. I can be able to use it as a distribution server. We can be able to put some distribution server which can be communicated with my machines which they are in that location. And after that, from that locations, it's going to be communicated with our endpoint central. So this kind of communications, they are going to be through our secure gateway. The main of secure gateway to make our connection secure between the branches or the roaming computers and our data center server. So this the main objective of the secure, it's working as a proxy which gonna be handle that connections between those kind of locations. This is a quick explanation how the endpoint central design, how it works itself. Endpoint Central support multiple operating system. That means the agents can be able to deploy in Windows environment, Mac, Linux, Android, and Chrome itself. Also, it support iOS itself, and manage all of those kind of things through our agents itself. That means agents can be support most of that operating system which there in the market itself. We do have two type of endpoint central. One which is it's endpoint central, which everyone knows that this product which supporting the company, and we do have something called MSP, which manage service provider. If the clients or the customer support multiple service provider, we prefer or recommended to use this kind of the products. Both of the products, they are in the clouds and on-prem. Our clouds, it's right now it's in the kingdom. We do have one data center in Riyadh, the other one is in Jeddah itself. uh, those kind of list of the products which we have it, or the features have it in the endpoint central. We are not going to discuss all of them in today's session, inshallah. We do have another session at the end of this month, I guess after 1 week, and our marketing gonna share with you those announcements, and hopefully we're gonna meet on that day and explain the security part of the endpoint central itself and the other modules which we're gonna not be discussing today itself. One of the modules called batch management. As I told you, this is the main objective of Endpoint Central, which helps me to deploy the agents in multiple environment or platform, either Windows or Mac or Linux. And we do have around 850 plus, I guess, then more than this number, which they are having a list of the default batching there in the markets. We can be able to automate it end-to-end batch management. No need for any interacts with any human being to do the deploying. We can also customize the deployment policy as per as we need it, as per as the requirements or the business needed. We can also do some testing and approve the batch. Means I can be able to test the batch in my test environment before I deploy it in the public. Also, we support multiple network, either LAN or WAN network, or also through a VPN access if you want to do some supporting those machines which are using VPN access. We do have something called declined or roll back our batch or single batch. Sometimes of the technical or the administrator of infrastructure or security, when he deployed any batch, he needs to roll back the batch itself. In some cases, this is possible if of the vendor of the products, he's putting these features enable, we can be able to roll back our batch itself. This is the main objective or main features for the batch itself. We do have a lot of features. I haven't put it in the slides itself, but if you want to have a test or a demo, private demo, we can be able to provide in these options. We do have something called remote access. Like few of the company, they are still using AnyDesk or TeamViewer or Microsoft Teams or other products, which is not secure in respective of cybersecurity, and it's not recording, or sometimes we cannot be able to handle a few of the tasks. But in the remote access of ManageEngine, we can do some advanced remote control. That means it can be able to have a voice, video, and chat during the session with the end users. I can be able to transfer any files from my machine to the end users PC. I can manage the device itself from A to Z. I can do everything, whatever I needed, I can do it through the remote control. I can start up the machine, I can shut down the machine, I can rename the computers, I can do a task manager, I can check the register of the machine itself, I can check the event viewer of the machines. All those tasks, they are 100% secure approach. And also on the things, I can have a record sessions of the sessions. If something happened, I can be able to get back to that records and do some auditing on my technical team, what exactly he done in that options. So in the remote access, we take some approval or accepts from the end users to log into his machine if he's normal computer or normal Windows. And also we can do some policy or configurations if you want to log into the server without any acceptance from the server itself, because like the cast servers didn't have any users, we can log in direct without any acceptance from that site. We do have one of the features called MDM, that mobile device management, which can be able to manage my device totally fully managed. It depends about my policy or the configuration which you're gonna be do in the machine itself, on the mobile itself. I can be able to enrollment those device, manage the full profile of the mobile, or I can manage a few of the application. I can manage the emails which goes from the mobiles and comes to the mobiles. I can do some troubleshooting as a remote control. I can do assets inventory of the mobile. I can secure my mobile and control the actions or the way of using the mobile. I can control the contents of the mobile or data which there in the mobile. Also, at the same time, I can be able to share the data of the mobile from one machine or from one mobile to another mobile. And at the end, can be able to have a report of this the task which happens in the mobile. And the good things in the MDM, I can be able to remove or decrypt our data if in the mobile, if uh, suddenly happen the mobile has been lost or somebody has been taken the mobile. I can be able to close the mobile and do not let anyone use it and delete the data which they are in the mobile. We do have something called OS deployment, which can be able to take an image on my or from my machine or from the machine itself. I can customize fully of the image, can customize my templates. I can put the drives and some application on the image, and after creating or build up the image, I can be able to deploy it in multiple computers. It depends about the modules of the computers, either Dell, HP, Toshiba. There are a lot of brand in the markets. I can fully customize those kind of machines, and I can be able to deploy the OS deployment from my disk. No need to bring the machine to your disk. You needed just only internet to that machine, and you need just only to deploy the agent, or no need to deploy agents, just only do some profile on the agents and put it in your network itself. We do have few features over there. We do have a software deployment, which can be able to install and uninstall any software, silent installation. No need to interrupt the user during his job or during his operation hours. I can be able to put some surface catalog of the software and let the user install those softwares by himself. No need to call the IT and let them install from IT. The users can be installed from himself, as we can put it as a whitelist of the applications. And a few of the softwares I need the user take approval from his manager or from my IT departments to allow them to install this software. I can do some pre and post deployment activities. Means before we install the software, I can do some actions before installing. Also, before installing after installing the software, I can restart the machine or reboot the machines. Some of the products to after installing the machines, it should be restart or do some reboot of the machines to fully install the product itself. I can also do some configurations in my network of the computers. I can handle the USB. I can check the ports of the firewall. I can handle the browsers. I can handle the Wi-Fi. I can do some change or handle the share printers, the tech profile of my users or machine itself. I can create custom predefined template. I can do some scripts on Linux and also on Windows itself. One of the modules called assets management. This is asset inventory, which is going to be give you all the assets details from the hardware, software, license, from the warranty of the software. I can give you also manage certified management. It can be able to do some manage of the power and also a USB device management itself. This is a list of our components in Endpoint Central. Here we do have some list of the report. As I told you, we do have a predefined report as well as the module which having in that portal. I can get a report of how many computers, which kind of operating systems. I do have it in my environment. I can be able to check how many how many times the user log into to my Active Directory. I can get a report of patch modules for MDM. Those kinds of lists of modules which we discussed today, and also the end of this month. Those all modules, they are predefined reports in my system. Just only click on one of those reports and you'll be able to see the details. But if you want to have your own report or customs your own report,